Makes way more sense. Congratulations there to Gould. Solid start as we hop on over to another game. Rise Ronaldo. 3 limbs, the most so far, and another E11 member, Aguilar, on your screen.
54 players left at this point in the zone. Does not surprise me with these high-pressure games. We're at the point now where qualification to go to New York City is a real thing. So you're not going to see nearly as many players, they call it W keying on a keyboard for those that are maybe console players. The W key is what you use to run forward. W keying is essentially I'm going to push into somebody else's box as aggressively as possible. Yep. Keep in mind the qualifiers per region on the right side of your screen. Oceania, Asia, Brazil, and NA West only have 1 spot for a duo to move on to New York City this week. Europe has 4 spots, and we saw that play out, and this region, NA East, has 3 total. The top 3 duos from this week will go to New York City.
It's actually something, because there's so many weeks of the qualifier, it's not like, hey, one weekend we're doing 20 spots from NA East, 25 for me. No, it's literally, since it's dragged out across, it's been incredible to see how much the posts from players is, Slappy falls right into the hands of Masterus. 7th elimination so far for this duo of Masterus and Perfect Tilt. But the point I was bringing up was, I've seen so much support on the posts of the players who have qualified. Everyone in the Fortnite community knows what the Fortnite World Cup is at this point. They know how much is on the line for this $30 million event and what it means to actually qualify for it. And then because only like a few select players around the world are qualifying each week, it's like they all get their moment to shine, where they post their posts about qualifying and everyone rallies behind them in the community, no matter if you really know who they are or not. It's still just an incredible achievement that we all can celebrate.
It's good to see. It's good to see. That being said, they may be friends in social media from time to time, Jack, but if they're in the middle of a match against each other, I think a little bit of aggression may happen, and I do not blame them. Every single elimination is a point, which means every elim counts in a very big way. We've seen leaderboards, Jack, that have come down to 1, 2, 3 points separating qualifying for New York City and not. During the solos last week, we had I believe NA East solo leaderboard had multiple players, like 5 or 6, tied at the same point values, which means, like I said, every single one counts.
Yep. Heck, you just think, like, some of these have been a 3-point difference between first and second.
Oh my gosh.
And it was clean from Nosh.
Nosh literally, he applied pressure with a stink, pushed the player away from the wall, which gave him the opportunity to take ownership of it, immediately edits and hits the shotgun shot as that player was running up a ramp away from it. That was 200 IQ play, and that's up.
Yeah, and right there we just actually saw Nosh use that zip line to go through all the builds to get to the high ground, pop on out, a limb one more, now 8 combined limbs. It's Nosh all the way on this low side. His teammate has now perished. As we look towards the top area of this map, Falter, name I've seen many times before. Perfect tilt. Oh no, stuck inside the zone. The zone went back. The zone just cut back, so he was frantically trying to build in, and then the zone cuts back, and now look, a lot of this is all his tunneling.
Suddenly he went from the very back edge of the safe zone to the very front, ahead of everybody else.
And it completely flips the story now for this game, for this duo. They're at 9 limbs, they're in the top 15. So right now this is a 12-point game. If they get top 10, it becomes a 14-point game. Now they're top 12. Down. It could very well happen right here.
9 elims total. 10-bit, the feed goes down. Picking up Rogue Shark.
Does he realize? Is that floor pre-edited? Okay, no, I think he's good. I think he fixed it. Okay, he fixed it. Like a few of the floors he placed were pre-edited. Now 10 eliminations, 11th place. If they can secure one more.
He was looking to get through that wall, pushing for the cheeky shot. He gets it. The shot from the pump into the SMG spray, picks off another one. 11 eliminations now for this duo. Top 10 in the top right corner of your screen.
16-point game.
Huge game.
16-point game up to this point. Remember, it was brought up earlier on that the reason why the team that placed 4th in Europe qualified was because they had a 20-point final game. This duo's already at 16 with a bunch more placement points available, as well as more limbs left on the map. Legendian, the RPG shotgun combo, so deadly. Mastoris with another limb onto Flossin. I saw the 100 Thieves boys and Cease and Elevate still alive in this one. Falter with a knock onto Perfect Tilt.
Cole and Legedian have a top down on the entire map right now. Cole deciding to descend in. How many players are stuck in there? And he misses the drop. Takes quite a bit of fall damage. Cole in a tough situation now. Legedian still holding the top down on the rest of the arena. 12 players, 7 duos, and we are in the final storm. 1 minute and 20 seconds until this closes, and we get down to the very last seconds here, Jack.
Ziff has been knocked. Rocket time, it appears. He's going to knock him down. Beautifully placed rocket, and he catches himself on the fall. Legedian, yes, brilliantly done. Needs to begin to drop down. Cole, his teammate, did just die to the hands of Colin Fraggs from Envy. Falter and Colin Fraggs, the duo, still alive. They're falling. Legedian following them as well. 100 Thieves now in the battle versus Falter and Colin Fraggs. It looks like it's trading back and forth, but the RPG from above does devastating damage. It's now a 2v1v1. Legedian the high ground. The rocket does not connect. Ronaldo drops on in. He's down to just 50 HP. It looks like he'll win the battle, though, versus Addison. Acreon, 1v1v1. Rocket shot from Legedian. Remember, folks, the extra points earned can be the difference between going to New York and staying home. Heads up play as they move across the man-made structures. He can edit the floor. 200 IQ from Legedian. The rocket with the win. The RPG from the high ground. So deadly right there. And you know what, Ben? In the heat of the moment, that is what I love. That shows their experience. What just happened right there was they wound up transferring over the sled area of the map that's just east of Polar Peak. If you play in that area and you see the sled is a neutral build that anyone in the game can edit. So right there, sees the floor, realizes he can edit to open a window, launches the rocket and shots down through it, gets the elims they need, and just like that, the victory royale was secured.
An excellent game. I believe 16 points total, the victory royale being worth 10, and they had 6 elims between the two of them. An excellent game. Legedian and Cole have got to feel good about that one. Hopefully the rest of their games go just as well. But here we get 52 players left, Jack. 28 total duos. You see in the right corner of your screen there, top right, top 15 gets you 3 points for placement. Top 10 gets you a total of 5. Top 5 gets you a total of 7. That victory royale is worth 10 total placement points. And each elimination, the ones on your screen just moments ago, count as a single point apiece.
Player got dropped right in front of them. So they'll go ahead and loot that body. Casper and Zay, the bottom right side of your screen. Acreon and Addison just staying alive. There's Chakish, Frosty, and Devious, another duo we saw a lot of yesterday. Kind of already perched on up, waiting to see what they can spot. I believe Devious has I thought he had a sniper. Nope, not the case. A lot of healing, though.
Suppressed AR, still a tap fire from a distance with that thing is very lethal in the right hands. But it's time to rotate, Jack. The launch pad, they're going to fly into the safe zone. A lot of players trying to contest that supply crate. Going to be a hot drop location. They're landing directly next to the baller, takes it out instead of the player. Devious is forced to box up inside. He does catch his opponent in the next box off guard. Blade gets stuck underneath his own ramp because lazy the ground by.
They're right on the edge of that cliff, so the elevation changed just a little bit, and it was enough to cost him. There's actually a chance that Frosty can get rezzed right here. There's actually a chance that Frosty can get rezzed.
If nobody knows he's in there, no stinks to zone him out or anything like that, that should be an easy pickup.
And they're already in the zone while it keeps moving, yes. Any player on this area wouldn't have a chance, but right now they can get this one done. 30 seconds left, ripped in the hands of Avocado. So we go peek out towards this side. Falling back again, keeping the continued edits going. Heavy sniper shot, beautifully. Is that Diggy, the controller superstar?
It is indeed, as he pays the price. Peeking that window, and Avocado catches him. Atriox goes down as well. Avocado picks up another elim there. That knock is still ticking up top. We'll see if that shows up in the feed in moments. Avocado and his teammate taking that rift to go. Time to relocate, Jack.
And that just makes sense. They're caught in a spot where it's life or death, and they've got no healing left. You might as well just go ahead and do it before it winds up costing you in the end. Devious shots. Ooh. Immediately cuts Pride down from the sky. This is a no-fly zone, my friend. ramping on into Tilted. This will end right near the clock tower slash UI building. As everyone's frantically going on in. And like we saw earlier, when you get into this kind of area where there's a man-made structure in play, or a map structure in play, you can almost drop down into it, use it as natural cover. But look at this beam from Frosty. Great tracking on the Collazo. Wanting to finish off this elimination, the edit comes on in. There we go. 6 elims for this duo now as they've made it to the 18th position. And again, can't be stressed enough, top 15 earn 3 points for placement.
You've got a heavy movement zone. You've got a lot of players that are layered in here in these branches. Yep. A lot of sandwiching that's going to happen. Looks like, by the way, Diggy in the bottom left corner of your screen did get revived after that heavy snipe. That is huge for them to keep the duo going. Frosty and Devious here sitting on 6 elims total. You have no movement, Jack. Do you try and follow another player's builds, or do you build on your own?
I think a lot of it comes down to a moment like this for these players. See how they're already contesting high ground. Their hope was to, I think, build out to it and keep it controlled themselves. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out. And in this one, it's why people have started to use that new kind of launch pad strategy, where you place a ramp just above your launch pad. So when you hit the launch pad, you basically hit your head on the ramp, and instead of it shooting you straight up where you're a sitting duck, it like line drives you across. So then you're already near the ground, so you can't be beamed out of the sky. So we've seen some different changes. I like this play from Dotsy, kind of blanketing the sky. Expect to see them stop and pop a med kit right here on the right side of your screen. It looks like they are. Yes, so that was a smart play. Preemptively branch all the way out. Make sure you're far enough where you have the full 10 seconds needed to pop the med kit to heal.
I don't know if you noticed that Dotsy had to basically dive bomb out of the sky. They had hit a rift to go just at the edge of the zone, and as they were descending, they had kind of all the time in the world until suddenly both of them started taking quite a bit of damage, and his duo was actually punished. So he decided to dive bomb in, find somewhere safe to land, and pop the heal all by himself. Now the edits here, a 95. Jacob hits a big one there. 4 elims for this duo. Both players still alive. 9 total players with 6 duos. 8 total players with 6 duos. Only a handful of full teams remaining here.
4 teams left. Acrid and Addison all the way up top. I believe Addison has a boom bow. Just aiming on down RPG from Bolt Rocane. Not going to do any damage, but we'll shake things up. Good recovery from Acrid and Addison. They're also going to farm this tree as well for a couple extra materials and to clear out the sight line. Rocane pops 2 minis. Acrian drops down, and Rocane will now challenge the high ground. The beam coming in from Addison breaks the shields. Can they finish the elim? Gets tagged big time, but thankfully the shotgun shot connects. Rocane went for it, but in the end it just wasn't enough.
A lot of shield being divvied between these 2 players. A 2v2 situation, Jack, and it all comes back down to this. Water falling down. Jacob pops himself up there, matches the height. Addison goes for the edit, gets a light shotgun shot from underneath. They're looking for just any angle they can get. This player's stuck in a box, multiple angles here. The shot on the rotation out to the right, and Addison secures one of the 2 elims required for this win. Descending down, Acri and Addison have Moboy all the way down at the bottom. You see him kind of running around in a circle there, looking for any angle. But this RPG is about to make all the difference, potentially, if he goes for the reload, dropping in. Both players with the shotties out. Moboy can't defend himself from the onslaught of this duo.
Brilliantly performed at the end right there. Earning the high ground, keeping control of it, no matter who went to contest it. Great start to the NA East matches, huh, Sundown?